ever been called a leftover woman?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yobachi 2007 here, and we are doing a follow-up video on leftover women in China. This video would be a follow-up to this one that we did a little over a week ago by the time this is getting posted around leftover women in China, where that word originated, even though it's been applied, and we've done videos about leftover women in India and Korea on here, and now we're going to stick with China and see what's happening there. So let's talk about it some more. I've heard different specific ages for what constitutes a leftover woman in China, but it's about any woman over the age of 29 who is still not married. So with that, let's take a look at this piece. Or actually, it's age 27, as this piece is about to say.
For almost a decade, unmarried women older than 27 have been called the derogatory term "shangnu," which means leftover women. We're here to find out why women's social status in China is experiencing a backlash.
Some Chinese parents are so worried of their daughters being referred to as leftovers that they've taken the matter of finding them a spouse into their own hands.
Run away to one of China's many wedding markets.
I was getting ready to say wedding market, but then she kind of bailed out on it because of the distraction.
We're in one of Beijing's many public parks, and today in this one there's a wedding market on where parents come to advertise their unmarried sons and daughters. These types of markets happen a lot, several times a week, all over China.
So let's take a look at the woman we were looking at in the last video who was trying to sell herself in the market. She can't even get her parents to do it for her. I guess they gave up on her. Oh no. But she was in the market trying to promote herself. And I want to look at that again. But before we do that, can you take a moment to help me in these YouTube markets with a subscribe, hitting that notification bell, and of course, liking me up. Hit the like button. It's free. It'll help me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. And we're going to get right back to the program. This is going to lead into her at the market. So we'll get there momentarily.
In China, there is indeed a belief that as women age, their value in the marriage market decreases, leading to anxiety about marriage among many women. This phenomenon is tied to traditional views and gender imbalances. Men often seek youth and beauty in a partner, while women look for economic stability and a partner who can guide them spiritually. As times change, women's views on choosing a partner are also evolving. They are beginning to enter the dating market, hoping to find the right person. However, the dating process is not as smooth as they imagined. They thought their high education and good jobs would be advantages, but
does that sound familiar to anybody in the West? Anybody in America have heard this from women before? How's it working out for women over here? About the same way it's working out for women in China. We'll see.
Are you dating?
You're a bit old.
I was born in 1991. Is that old?
1991 is a bit old.
Like, nah, old man, this ain't what's popping. I think she's about, again, depending on when this video was taken, she could be about 33 at the time. Oh my goodness. 31 to 33, somewhere in that range.
How old are you?
Born in 1997.
I don't mind that you're younger.
Of course, you don't mind that he's younger. He's the one who has to mind that he's getting him an old maid that he doesn't want. That's just too old for these brothers over there. Again, we got to take lessons from Chinese men. But you know what? I'm kind of impressed, right? I'm kind of impressed how she ate that insult and she wasn't moved. She just took that insult, she ate that rejection, and she just kept going. But let's listen to what else she's gonna have to say, and she's gonna diminish my impressiveness of her.
Your annual income is a bit low.
I have a company, and I didn't mention because I didn't want to pressure you. I have 2 houses, all earned from my own business.
You're 158 centimeters tall. That's a bit short.
This woman, who goes by the online name Athena, is from Anhui and went to the famous matchmaking park in Hangzhou to find a partner. Her poster read, "Sincerely looking for a partner, female, born in 1991, master's degree, height 158 centimeters, weight 45 kilograms, owns property in Shanghai and Hangzhou, works as an advertising company planner with an annual income of about 150,000 RMB.
All right, 150,000 RMB or Chinese yuan is only about $20,000 a year. So I don't know, maybe that's boss balling in China, but I guess she's doing it. Impressed how she just ate those insults. She took that rejection. She just stood there, stood the ground. She didn't care. She kept going. I was like, shit. Most women will get very emotional or very hurt by it. She didn't care. She just took the insults. She ate that rejection like Cookie Monster. Unflinching, and she just kept coming right back at the guy, try to make her case. She's like, she ain't going nowhere without a husband or getting what she wants, and she don't care. She's just gonna eat the rejection and keep pushing like she wants to. But then we get this next part.
Athena also listed 4 criteria for her potential partner. Seeking a good person to build a life together. Requirements: 1. Bachelor's degree or above. 2. Owns property in Shanghai or Zhejiang. 3. Height above 175 centimeters. Willing to give a dowry of 50,000 RMB, non-negotiable.
So here we go with all the requirements. Western feminism and boss chicken has taken over and invaded China. Gotta have a bachelor's degree because you ain't on my level. If you ain't got a degree like me, then you gotta own property, right? He's gotta be this 175 centimeters, that's about 5'8". But she gave her height that was 158 centimeters, which is under 5'2". What difference does it make if you can't get a man or if he has all the other qualifications? Why are you worried about some inches that he's still well taller than you? And then the dowry, that 50 something, that's about, I believe, well, instead of believing, I just looked it up. That's about 7,000 US dollars. But this is 1/3 of the salary that she gave. So a man's supposed to give up 1/3 of his annual salary just to pay to marry you. Crazy. And then, of course, the stubborn boss chick with no leverage, with her old tail who nobody wants, is going to say what's non negotiable. Oh, just like American woman. Just like American women. She thinks she has leverage and say so when she has none. But let's see what the results of her non-negotiable are.
Non-negotiable. She is often seen at the matchmaking corner of the park. However,
I guess them dudes ain't negotiating with her after all. They're just rejecting her and she can keep eating her Cookie Monster cookies.
her age frequently becomes an obstacle in the dating market. In the video, Athena said, "Everyone criticizes my age. Is it wrong for a woman to be older? Does being older mean I can't have any requirements? Everyone has the right to pursue love and be loved. Is it so
See, that's the problem. You absolutely do not have the right to be loved. Nobody owes you. You are not owed love. You are not owed a certain kind of man. You get what you can get. You get it if you can get it. And clearly you can't get it. That's what it's all about. Does being older mean I can't have any requirements? You can't have the ones you're trying to push, because if you could have those requirements at your age, then you'd be getting the man that you wanted. But you can't get him because your requirements don't match what you bring in value to the man. And this is what boss chicks just don't want to accept. You want value, but you're not returning value for what the man values. Doesn't matter what you think your degree values you or your property ownership, how that values you. That doesn't matter. It matters what is valuable to the man, and you're not returning in kind value for the value you're requiring. So, no, you cannot have these things. That's your factual, actual reality.
so hard to respect others' choices?" She also stated, "I'd rather die than settle."
There they go. Buy a dog, die alone. She talking about respecting others' choices. She doesn't respect men's choices because they're not choosing her, and she's got a big problem with that. So let's hear some more of her bullheaded commentary. It's going to leave her cold and lonely.
Don't keep advising me to lower my standards. I'm a woman with a master's degree, 2 houses, and 2 cars. I have an annual salary of 300,000 RMB, and I can start a business any time now. I see a bright future ahead of me. Why should I settle for a partner who's inferior in every way, lowering my quality of life? If I can't find someone...
See, there it is. There it is. She thinks these men are inferior and beneath her. And that's why we don't deal with boss chicks. Leave them to their own devices. Feminist minded women are just the plague. You can't help them. You can't be with them. They're not worth your effort. And they're certainly not worth putting all this money and investment into when you could be investing in investments that will actually bring you value, unlike a boss chick who will bring you nothing but heartache and headaches. Let's listen to this woman try to make the same kind of pitch to this man. This is going to be hilarious too. Just wait.
Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone who's 170 centimeters tall?
No, that's reasonable.
Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone with a bachelor's degree or higher from a similar university?
No, that's reasonable.
My annual salary is about 200 to 400,000 RMB. Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone with an annual salary of 300 to 4,000 RMB?
No, that's reasonable.
I was born in 1990. Is it unreasonable for me to look for someone born around 1990, plus or minus 3 years?
No, that's reasonable.
I have 300,000 RMB in savings. Is it unreasonable for me to ask for a dowry of 280,000 RMB?
No, that's reasonable.
If you meet these requirements, would you be willing to date someone like me?
I might consider it.
How could you?
I'd have to be out of my mind. Think about it. A man with an annual salary of 400,000 RMB, around 30 years old, who has a car and a house, and is willing to give a dowry of 280,000 RMB, and is handsome and over 170 centimeters tall. Wouldn't he look for an 18-year-old?
Yeah.
Same thing we've been telling women over here for years. Watch her reaction. She's just beside herself.
Yes, right. But it's also reasonable for him to look for someone like me.
If he can find an 18-year-old, why would he choose you?
But I'm more accomplished than an 18-year-old.
In what way are you more accomplished? You're older and have more wrinkles, right?
That's enough. I don't want to hear any more.
Your standards for a man are higher than hers. In what way are you better? Explain it clearly.
See, this is traditional men hitting you with the exact same points as brothers out of the men's spaces here in the West. An Eastern traditional man, same viewpoints. Exactly. Why does a man want an old maid if he has all of these qualifications and a beautiful younger woman requires the same thing? Why would he take you over her just to have your attitude or your headaches? She is so inferior. She's got her fist balled up. She's literally ready to fight. Look at her. Watch her face as he's telling her how you accomplished. She's like, you're old and wrinkled. Look at her face. She just got frustrated and walked off. Oh man, this is too good. We got to revisit this subject again. I guess I'm going to be out on this one. Don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Yobachi 2007. We out.